Hey everybody, and welcome back to the My Therapy in the Box podcast. It's your girl and your host, Courtney Porter.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's your boy Marcus D. Porter.
We in here.
We back in here one time.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Hey y'all.
What's good with you?
For our viewers, just want to point out our shirts that we wear.
Man, these shirts, holla at your boy.
Just want to bring that to your attention since we got it. God's Point of View, HayBro Apparel. Please check out our link below. Go to our website, order your shirt, rep the brand. Hey bro, we out here, we in there. Let's go.
All right there, we
Commercial.
in there. All right there. You know, hey, make sure you visit HayBroApparel.com. That's HayBroApparel.com. You didn't think I was gonna spell that right, did you? She was looking like, oh shoot, what he done got himself into. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, check us out, man. We got some apparel up. The God's Point of View tees are on pre-order. The HayBro Apparel tees are out. The hat is out. So make sure you check us out, man. I don't know if this particular hat is up, but I got some different color hats on there. It's an inspirational brand. Make sure you rep the brand. Tag us on Instagram at HayBro Apparel and let us see you in your gear so we can reshare it on our page.
For sure.
But today we are talking about is this time a right time to start a business? With all the COVID-19 and the coronavirus that's happened over the last few months, you know, is this a right time to start a business?
Right. Especially when certain businesses are closed.
Yes.
So, I don't know. Would you say that this has been a good time for us during this time to continue the business with everything that's going on?
What I think is I just feel like, you know, a lot of businesses are closed, especially if you're not an essential business. A lot of people are trying to figure things out and trying to bounce back from this pandemic. But, you know, I just feel like there's never a wrong time to start a business. It just depends on what type of business and what you're trying to do. Like, well, maybe there is a right and wrong time to start a business, because I think you wouldn't want to start a business right in a pandemic or crisis. I mean, this is common sense, you know, unless you're selling something that's essential that could be a benefit to people. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell y'all, these masks, these people selling these masks, they've definitely been capitalizing on essentials that people want. And, you know, they've been finding creative ways to, you know, make these masks that all of us are wearing. Yeah. So that's a business that maybe nobody would have thought of had it not been for this situation.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about. A lot of new ideas are created from crisis situations.
But the funny thing is, they're not the first one to, you know, China had masks. The Asians had masks way before all of this. That's normal for them to wear masks.
Yeah, they be wearing masks, because their pollution is like crucial.
Yeah, doctors wear masks, nurses wear masks. You got construction workers wear masks. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, people coming out with all these different color designs and these different masks, and people are selling these joints for $10 to $15, and they're sewing them in their homes. You can actually make masks on your own. But, you know, supporting people's businesses, you know, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? To support someone else, because they're trying to feed their family. They're trying to, you know, do what they can to make some money in a crisis. So, that's a perfect situation to where that's essential. You know what I'm saying? In a time of a crisis, if it's essential and it benefits and helps someone, that may be a great opportunity. But if you're trying to, come out with a soda company, you know what I'm saying? You know, or, you know, like, what are you doing, bruh? You know what I'm saying?
It has to make sense.
Yeah, it has to make sense. So I guess there is a right and a wrong time to start a business. And you just have to kind of feel out, is this an essential or is this non-essential? You know, is it going to benefit somebody, or can this wait, or can I work on just the website and kind of get this thing brewing. And then once the crisis or recession is almost over, I can go full blast. Or you can always market your business during a recession just to kind of warm it up and then hit it after the recession. But it really depends on what the business is.
Right. Like now, it wouldn't be a wise time to, promote hair. Unless it's a wig or, something like that. Yeah. But like now is not a good time to be a nail esthetician. I think that's what you call it. Yeah. A nail tech. Because you can't do nothing.
Yeah, you can't go nowhere and do nobody's nails.
I mean, unless you created a product such as press-on nails that you can deliver to people. I mean, ship to people.
Yes, unless it's like a digital thing, or online store, maybe that could work for you. Mm-hmm. But it still has to be, like, would you start a T-shirt business during a crisis? That's kind of iffy. Everybody may not want a T-shirt right now. Yeah. So it just depends.
Yeah.
On what it is.
That's true. But either way, it has to make sense, and it has to create a solution for people's pain points. What's a point of pain or contention for some people? If you're the solution for that, like now I've been seeing more delivery options for places now. People are saying, hey, you can't come to us. We'll deliver the food to you, or we'll deliver this product or this service to you. That's beneficial right now because not everybody is willing to leave their homes right now. Some people are really taking, not saying that they shouldn't, but really taking this whole stay safer at home and stay at home to heart, and they really are not leaving. So delivery services are very important.
So we're talking about so we're saying, is this a right time to start a business? That's what we're saying, right? Mm-hmm. Cool. No, I'm just making sure, I'm straight here.
I think depending on one thing it's not a business, but it's a, what do you call it? Extension of a business. It's online stuff.
Yeah.
Digital products or online classes or whatever for your business.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's important in putting a monetary value on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, you just have to use common sense when you're starting a business and determining when is the right time and the wrong time. I feel like, you can always start a business at any time, but it's just, when are you going to market that business? So starting a business.
Okay, so that's a valid point. Like you can start anything you want, but how will you market it?
Right. So I can start you can start a business at any point in time. You can start a business in a crisis, in a recession, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're marketing it at full blast. Because I've started businesses, but I haven't marketed it right when I started it. And I'm saying you got your LLC, you got your website up, you got your product, and you ready to go. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you're not marketing it as strongly. So, during a crisis and a recession, what I feel like is when you start a business, it's steps. You know what I'm saying? So if you start a business, whenever you start a business, you got to get your business plan straight. You got to know your numbers, your sales, or what service you're offering, how much of those services, how much are the sales, what's your profit margins. You gotta do all that stuff. The name, the logo, the website, the photos, the pictures, the branding, the Instagram, the Twitter, the hashtags, the domain names, like the flyers, the business cards, the shirts, or whatever. You gotta go through that whole flipping process. And that takes time. Like you can't do all of that in 2 weeks. You can't even do all that in a month. Unless you paying somebody big bucks to get all this stuff done for you, and it still won't get done in a month. Like it's gonna take a few months to get a business up and running. So you can always start working on your business at any point, because at some point, you know what I'm saying, it can pick up. It can pick up, but you gotta start working on it to where you can get to a point to where you can launch it and go full blast. And that from the very start to the launch takes few months, man, you know, and then you got to make sure you got the money, you know, the capital or something to invest in all these things. Either you're going to do it two ways. You're going to invest, you're going to learn how to do it yourself, or which is going to save on money, but it's going to take a lot of time because you got to learn how to do things yourself, or you're going to pay someone else to do it for you, which is going to take a lot of your money, and you got to make sure you have that. So, you know, it's yin and yang here, you know?
I guess.
You know?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I don't think I feel like I don't know. I don't think it's a wrong time to start a business, but it just depends on what the business is, and you know when you're gonna market and launch that business. You know?
And if the your market is if you have a strong market in that area based off what kind of business you have, like it's no point in opening a cleaning service when you really don't have a lot of companies around you that may need cleaning services.
Yeah.
Like if you have big major corporations or companies in your area, a cleaning service may not be a bad idea because you can draw up big contracts, you know, for that if they don't already have someone, but that's still a benefit to that company. So it, like Marcus said, it really has to make sense based on what you're doing and the market and the niche that you're catering to. You know, because that determines if your business will stay open, because there are a lot of businesses that come and go. You know, a lot of businesses start, but they don't go anywhere because maybe they didn't start at the right time, or maybe they just didn't know how to market what they were doing.
Yeah, yeah, and so I would say, you know, I've just been thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, it's a touchy subject. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll keep going back and forth, but you know. You wouldn't start. I guess you gotta use a little common sense, because I'm just thinking about people when they're listening to the podcast and when they're watching this podcast. I know how folks can be. Mm-hmm. Use some common sense. You know what I'm saying? When you start a business, like let me see. Don't start a business if you're experiencing a lot of stress in your life. You know what I'm saying? If you're stressed out and you know what I'm saying, you don't want to live life no more. You know what I'm saying? Like don't.
I mean,
don't try to start a business.
Funny,
but it's serious though, because some people ask those questions, and you like, you gotta let it know. Like, don't start no business if you're dealing with depression. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't start no business if you just got a divorce. Or you're actually going through a divorce. Mm-hmm. Like, who does that? You know what I'm saying? You
just need to really know the direction that you're trying to take, because some people may start businesses in those circumstances to keep their mind focused on something else.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But you have to really know how your energy is going to be.
Yeah, because business is stressful, bro.
It really is.
Like, it's a lot of stress. It takes a lot of work, and it really, don't you know, like, you know, a lot of causes of divorce can be like because of business. Mm-hmm. Businesses gets in the way, you know, it gets in the middle, and you know, it's a lot of stress, man, you know, when starting a business. So you got to make sure that when you start the business process, that your mind, body, and soul is balanced.
Ready for it.
Yeah, and ready. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to start a business when you're depressed and you're stressed out, and you've been through a crisis. You know what I'm saying? And you know, some people would do. Well, yeah, it'd be great to start a business, but usually people start the business after the crisis. They get motivated by the crisis, and they can formulate some ideas while they're in the crisis. But to start a business while you're going through one, it's a lot. You know, you may say, hey, I got a couple of ideas. Let me go through this. Mm-hmm. But don't go full blast. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to stress yourself out.
So that's a valid point. So in other words, during a crisis, it's great to plan for your business.
Exactly.
But it's not always necessary to start that business.
Right.
But just plan. Use this downtime or whatever time it is to you to reflect and know how to plan. So once things do pick up, things can be flowing.
Yeah,
you.
that's better. That's better to put. Well said. Well said.
That's what I'm here for. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
All right.
Not really, but
all righty then. That's why they pay you the big bucks, huh?
One point it says interest rates are low during a crisis.
Interest rates for loans?
Yeah. For people, because it's a lot of people don't start, how we started our businesses, or, and you're saving up to invest. Some people go straight to loans.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Small business loans, bank loans. And because their credit can, handle getting a loan.
Yeah.
So if you can get a loan during a crisis or during certain downtimes when the interest rate is low, is a beneficial time to borrow.
Yeah, if you read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and you and you read his quadrant flow books and all that kind of stuff, man, then maybe you listen to a few things of Dave Ramsey and you Susie Orman, and and you've kind of took some of those financial literacy to heart, then a loan is perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not against loans. I love loans. You know what I'm saying? I just don't love my student loans. But
you and the rest of us.
loans could be a great advantage to you in business if you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that would be a good one.
If you know what you're doing.
If you know what you're doing. Now, if you're getting out of loans so you can just buy stuff for yourself, and you want to buy yourself a truck and all this kind of stuff, like, I don't know, bruh. I don't know what to tell you, bruh. Like, that ain't gonna work for you, bruh. But if you know what you're doing, loans will be good. And yes, you said low interest rates during a crisis, so and also it may be good because our credit don't went up during the crisis.
Yeah, because a lot of places are putting what is it? Putting your loans in deferment. A lot of companies are deferring things that you may owe. So, hey.
Or stopping the payments, you know what I'm saying? Pausing the payments or whatnot.
Which is improving the chances of your credit score going up.
Or moving those payments to the back end of the principal of the loan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of the duration of the loan, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Hey, this time can work in your favor if you do have, if you need help with your credit score, because that can really help open other doors for you in the long run as well, having a good credit score. Yeah,
but that's that's tricky. If you're in a pandemic, in a crisis, that's your personal decision. We're not credit advisors or anything. And,
not at all. We still
so we
figuring it out.
You do what you want to do and you pray about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to us, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but
listen to us.
But yeah, I just say be smart about it. I just feel like, if you can't get a loan, don't get a loan, man. Just try to, do it the old school way. Try to build that thing up, save money, But if you're smart and if you're intelligent and you know exactly what you're doing, then a loan would be great.
And you've done the necessary research.
If you know what to do with that loan. That's what I'm saying. If you know exactly what you're going to do with that loan, do that. So I'm just saying that because I know some people, man, they'll be like, man, Courtney and Marcus said we should get a loan.
No, we didn't say that. We are not recommending that you go out and get a loan right now.
Loan goes to the Marcus did say nothing. That's why I put that in there. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not Dave Ramsey. I'm not Susie Orman. My name is Marcus D. Porter. I do not have a degree in finance and loans and debt.
But we do have a degree in experience.
Yeah, in experience.
So all we can share with you is our experience with these things. And just researching. This guy right here is a research guru. If you typed in the guru of researchers, his picture should pop up somewhere in the images. Man. He researches things in depth, before he goes into it. So that's also important for you to do as well. is research. Research is vital when you're trying to start a business, because what you might think will work may not be the direction that you should go into. Just based off your initial idea, you may have to make some tweaks along the way. So that's something to consider.
Yeah, so, don't go out there and get no title loans, because that's gonna mess you up. So,
oh, God.
them payday loans and them title loans, you trying to do stuff for your business
been there, done that.
We've been there, done that. So I'm just trying to let you know, guys, just stay away from all title loans.
Please.
Stay away from all payday loans where you got to walk into companies and buildings and get these loans and they charge you $300 on interest. I mean, we got a title loan and we took out $5,000 or something, right? And they take out the title on your car. They keep your title. You get $5,000 right then and there. You go cash your check, right? And so when you make that first payment is like $400. And that $400 don't even go to the $5,000 that you took out. That $400 is just interest. And so you would have to pay $5,000 plus $400 to pay it off. So you have to pay $5,400. Now look, what we did was we paid $400 every month, and they was getting free money from us. If we pay like 6 months, we paid $400. They got 6 months worth of free money.
And they come to you like, oh, it's you can pay it off at any time.
Pay it off at any time.
It can last for as long as you like. It can last for 3 months, 6 months, a year, even more.
As long as you want it.
Yeah, that's for sure. And once it goes past the year, you done way past and paid your loan off. But they still taking interest for it. So don't get bamboozled.
You went 12 months paying $400 a month. And you still got to pay $5,000.
And you've only been paying interest.
That company made $10,000 off of you.
Don't do it.
And you still owe $5,000. And they got the title to your car.
And they still got a title to something that's been paid off. I'm
telling you guys, these guys are making money out here in these streets off of Americans, man. Hey, matter of fact, hey, listen, bring your car to me. And I'll help you out. You listen to me here. If you need a loan, you bring your joint to me. I give you $5,000 for your loan. You just pay me $500 a month. You know what I'm saying? That's just the principle, though. That's just the interest. Okay.
You ain't no better than these payday loan people. But you saying instead of them paying them, pay you?
Yeah, man. You invested in my business. You helping me out. You know what I'm saying? You helping title loan help us out. No, I wouldn't do that to y'all though.
You pretty much keeping title loans doors open.
Yeah, you are. You paying their monthly bills, $400. Yeah,
man.
That's just a tip, guys.
Don't
we're not lawyers. We're not financial advisors, man. We just sharing our experience. But just use common sense when you start a business or when you start a business. You can always plan for a business at any point because it does take time to open up a business and get it going. So, and just think about what business you're trying to open. I don't think there's really a wrong time to start a business. It's just, when do you plan to formulate those ideas and the whole business process? It does take time to do so. We hope you guys learned a lot from this podcast today.
Yeah, just based on our experience and just our opinion. So we thank you all for listening. We thank you for watching and tuning in. Until next time, talk soon.
All right, we'll holler at you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment below.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Subscribe.
Peace out.